Yo love bugs, I'm back. Remember me? The girl with the crazy Au Pair Rematch story? It's me again. My video has been online now for almost exactly 2 days, and not only did I receive a lot more viewers than I usually do, but what really took my breath away was the amount of love and support and understanding. I just got so overwhelmed with all of it. Like the way you expressed your care and you were like encouraging me, and your stories, the ones you shared with me, a lot of them really broke my heart, and I wish I could just help you all out, but it's harder than that. We all know that. And I mean, that's what I love with the au pair community. It's like you're never alone. There's always someone who knows exactly what you're going through. So we left this story off on a Thursday morning in that little town in oh, I was not supposed to say the name, shit. I've just told my host mom that I wanted to go into a rematch. What happened after that? During our conversation, she was super supportive. She was very quiet. She like handed me a napkin when I started crying. She listened carefully and she apologized a bunch of times. And also she asked me to really look like deep inside of me and see if there was any possibility that I was willing to try to sort this out and, you know, somehow make it work and stay there. And I really had to tell her several times, I want to go into rematch. I want to go into rematch. So Friday arrived. My host mom was going away for the weekend, so we said we would talk with Mel to see when she came back and try to schedule a meeting. And this Friday was a very big day for little Ellen, because this was the first time she was going to be alone with the kids. Today, the parents really needed me, because both of them were going away traveling. I picked up the kids from school, we played at the playground, we had snacks, we came home, we played, I made them food, I got them in their pajamas and I put them to bed. No later than like 7:38ish, because I don't want to bend the parents' rules. My friend came over. I want to just give Ethel a big shout out, because she was my rock through all this. We were both talking about, like, you know, because Ethel had been in rematch, and we were just like talking about how good they were taking it. Like we were both really surprised because we thought they would act really differently. Saturday morning arrives. So up until this point, they really needed me because they had no one to babysit the kids Friday afternoon and night. And up on this moment, they've been very understanding and sensitive and nice to me. But now they don't really need me anymore because the dad is back and they don't need a babysitter. This day I was supposed to go with my friends to the city. I meet them in the morning, the dad and the kids, and he gives me my money, my weekly pay. Say bye, I go out the door and I'm off to the city. Okay, so I actually found some Facebook messages between me and my LLC, so I'll be able to like retell this story correctly, what happened. I've been in the city the whole day and I was on the train back home, and my LCC texted me out of nowhere saying, "Are you okay?" I answered following, "I feel okay. I spent the day in the city and I'm on the train back home right now, and that was nice even though it's rained." She responded following, "He called for an emergency exit and wants you to move out right away. It seems like they're unhappy with your decision to going into rematch, and now they're just being mean." This was a fucking bitch slap in the face. It was just eye-opening to me that this was not normal. Like, you don't pretend that everything is good and use me when you need childcare. Once again, not cool, not cool. I waited to go home until I knew the dad and the kids were sleeping, and you know, I didn't have to wait later than 8 o'clock. So Sunday morning arrived, and this day was like a special au pair host family event. I kind of figured that they didn't want to bring me anymore. I was just up in my room, didn't really dare to go out. I was really uncomfortable after knowing that he tried to kick me out. I had a Skype conversation with another girl who was also in rematch. She was like in a close by town, and she told me that she'd met my host dad and the kids at this apple picking event. The agency kind of tried to match them up together. Just bad for everyone that like she had the true version from me of everything that was going on. She told me the things he had been saying about me. So, I mean, first of all, he said that they were the one wanting the rematch. And I was like, bullshit. Like, no one ever thought about rematch before I wanted out. So, that's just straight up lies right there. Then he also said that I was immature for my age. I was unresponsible. I was going out way too much. Well, Is that like so hard to understand when you live in a house where no one fucking talks to you? He also said that they had problems with me not respecting them, such as I flushed the toilet at night and I forgot to turn off the lights. One interesting thing he said was that I'd left the home Saturday night and without telling them I haven't like returned. And that's why I didn't follow them to the apple picking. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been in my room like the whole night and the whole morning, and what? Like, you're just lying to make yourself look good in front of someone I know. Monday arrives. I still haven't come out of my room. I'm still hiding out there because I don't want to see them, because not only does he want me out of the house, he's also been starting telling lies about me to other people. So I've already told you that I live in a freaking Rapunzel tower. The situation with this family was that they gave me like a working phone, a really bad old one, like you couldn't even take a picture with it. And then I had my Swedish iPhone, and I myself bought a SIM card to put in there so I could like Instagram, check in on Facebook, all of that. There were bad reception up on the 3rd floor, so my iPhone did not receive any reception up there. I just used it on the Wi-Fi, but that Monday the Wi-Fi was not working. It kind of showed on my phone that I was signed in, both my computer, my phone, my iPad, everything I own, that I was online, but it did not work. I was like, this is really weird. Are they having problems with their Wi-Fi? When he left to pick the kids up at school at 2 o'clock, I had prepared, I had gathered my things, and I just ran out the door. I ran to Starbucks. I didn't run, obviously, because I'm not a running person. You might wonder, why did you run to Starbucks? Free Wi-Fi! So I just like got connected with the world again, because up there without Wi-Fi, I just had my working phone. And you know, I wasn't allowed to use that for like personal texting or phone calls, just work related. So I was kind of isolated. He texted me actually, and he asked me to drop off the Verizon phone, like my working phone. So not only is the Wi-Fi not working and I'm totally disconnected on this floor, now he also wants the phone, which means that no one can contact me, no one. Is it possible that he locked me out of the Wi-Fi? Without service in his house, I can't contact, no one can contact me. I can't talk with my family, my friends, like he wouldn't do that to me. I was waiting out in the park again until I knew they were in bed. Tuesday, time for the big exit meeting. I want to say that this meeting was the worst event of my life, but considering that I actually survived the tsunami, this must be number 2. I never been so humiliated in my entire life. And I never felt like someone hated me so badly like I did during this hour. I actually thought ahead of time that we were 3 adults in the situation, and adult people treat each other with respect even though you're not on the same level with a lot of things. But apparently we were not adults. This meeting was a disaster. Not only had he written a long list of everything I did wrong, considering the lights, the flushing the toilet, like disrespecting them so much. Like I've ever gotten any respect of them in my entire stay with them. He also sat there and straight up lied to my LCC, telling her that I did not watch over the kids carefully when I was with them. I did not give them snacks so they were hungry. Everyone has the right to their own opinions. So him saying that I was immature for my age, unresponsible, all of that, like, you know, I won't say anything about that because that's his opinion. I have my own opinion. But when he starts lying, especially when he's lying to make himself look better. If I was this bad person and a horrible caregiver for their children, why did my host mom Thursday morning beg me to reconsider and stay with them? To be honest, I did not even look at them. I was sitting with my face like this, staring out the window. And during one of the things he was saying, I think it was the story where I let the kids out in the garden, not watching over them. I actually like just switched my head straight. I looked at my LCC and I said, is it okay if I say something? And she was like, well, you know what, let just him finish and then you can say whatever you want to say. He finished his lie. She like approached me again like, Ellen, what did you have to add? Did you have a comment? And I was like, no, I don't have anything to say. Are we done here? I was furious. So like I could barely speak, like my hands were shaking. I don't understand why we couldn't be adults about the situation and just part. Like, I mean, obviously we're not on good terms, but why couldn't we just part like that without trying to destroy for each other even more? Like, I'll never understand that. I don't want that kind of dirt on my fingers. I'm a nice person. They're not. I guess it's as easy as that. I mean, there's no other explanation to why you would do something like that. And in the end of the exit meeting, you're supposed to put some notes down for the rematch, where my LCC asks me what kind of a pair, Ellen, would you recommend this family to get? And she asked the family, what kind of family would you recommend Ellen to go to next? I'm a person with honor and respect for other human beings. I'm not gonna play dirty here. So I just said, well, probably someone independent who's not looking for much family time. And she turned to the host parents asking, what kind of family would you recommend like Ellen to? And they both agreed to no one. Because I was too immature and unresponsible to ever be an au pair. And it was better if I left and went back home to Sweden. Can you imagine someone saying that after all they've done to you? The lightning changed so fast when the sun is about to set, and I had to get off cam to empty the memory card, but now I'm back again. So let's continue before it gets totally pitch black in here. So that's more or less how we finished that meeting. Them stating that it was better for me to go back to Sweden because no one would ever want me as their au pair, and me trying to be nice about it. My LCC told them that there were a family in the area looking for an au pair and that she would like to bring me there so I could meet them. So I left with my LCC. For a second time in less than a week, I was at her house, and you know, she gave me the password for the Wi-Fi. I called my mom and I was hysterically crying. When I was in the exit meeting, I set my mind straight away. I'm not gonna let these people see how hurt I am. I'm not gonna cry. And I was just crying and crying, and you know, I was panicking. Because you know, I knew that the normal way to do this after an exit meeting is that you stay with the family for 2 weeks. We actually went and saw a family, but they had a dog, and I'm allergic to dogs, so we kind of left straight away. And then in the car, my LCC said, I'm gonna drive you back now. I won't be able to sleep with myself tonight, knowing that you sleep in that house. So do you want to come stay with me? In that moment, I could have kissed her, right? That's when she saved me. She asked me, how long do you need to pack? I was like, 1 hour. I hadn't packed anything. And she was like, okay, I'll be back in an hour. And I've told her earlier about the Wi-Fi thing, because she was like, I'll call me when you're done. I was like, I can't call you because I don't have a phone and the Wi-Fi is not working. So when we got back to the house, she followed me up to the door, and she didn't want to like tell right away that I was leaving. So she just said, I'm gonna call Ellen in an hour, and you know, since you took the phone away and her phone is not working up there, like, is there a problem with your Wi-Fi? And he was like, well, I did change the password. The look at her face, she was freaking mad. She just said, okay, is it okay if I call Ellen on the house phone? And he was like, yeah, I'll make sure she gets the phone call. I'm ready to head upstairs and start packing, and he kind of approached me saying like, oh, did Culture Care talk to you? Because you know, we're planning to go away the both upcoming weekends, and we're not comfortable with you being alone in the house, so could they arrange for somewhere for you to stay? And I just looked at him saying, well, it's not a problem because I'm leaving. I totally took him off guard because he was like, what? Leaving? When? Where? It's like, right now. He's like, where are you going? I'm gonna go and stay with I've told you ahead of time that I've never seen him smile or laugh. This was the closest he'd ever get to look happy. I just went upstairs and I just threw all the things in my bags. By the time they called for me saying that I had a phone call, I was done packing. When we were partying, I put out my arm to my host mom, and she just hugged me tight. She just grabbed me and hugged me real tight. And she whispered to my ear, like, I'm so sorry for all of this. I hope you find a really nice family and that you'll be happy. Fucking bitch. You just sat there at the kitchen table like 2-3 hours ago and said that like it was better if I went back home and you could not recommend me to anyone here. It's so fake and false and filled with lies, and like that house, I feel sad for those people because I actually had the possibility to leave. They'll be stuck there in their own shit for the rest of their lives. My LCC's car drove out of the driveway and down the street. I was in the front just crying my eyes off because it felt like such a burden has been lifted off my body. I never ever had to see them again. Never in my entire life. It was like I could breathe again. Ever since I've came to the United States, I could breathe fresh air again for the first time in a very, very long time. We didn't have much to do with each other after that. I never saw them again. I saw their neighbor on Humans of New York. Our path never crossed again, and I'm blessed for that. This was my story time, my reasons to go into Rematch, and what happened when I told them I wanted to go into Rematch. To be honest, I thought a little bit more about doing more au pair stuff here on the channel, since I have a bunch of experience and, you know, I love to talk about it and I love the au pair community. You guys are the best. I thought a little bit about maybe doing a Q&A. Maybe you have questions about the story I've been telling you or anything else related to being an au pair. I could answer them like in a video perhaps. If you have something, message me on YouTube, Facebook, comment here, whatever. I'll put together a video for you. I've been thinking about sharing my funny and strange interactions with the police enforcement in the United States, because I've been pulled over and some different situations has appeared. I've also been mistaken for an undercover cop, and I have had the police coming to my house when I was watching the kids. Could be a good story time, who knows. Please, everyone, leave comments on Facebook, YouTube, wherever, about everything au pair related you want me to do, because, you know, I just got very nostalgic and I have so much to share about being an au pair. I guess some of you guys are wondering now, like, what happened to her after she took off in that car with her LCC? Like, did she ever find her happiness? Could she ever recover from what she's been through? Well, my friends, that is a totally different story. Teaser. Here's me, my sister, and my American family having vacation at the Jersey Shore last summer. To all of you out there who are in a similar situation today, like I was, or to all of you who one day unfortunately will experience it, this is what I have to say to you. Don't rush into picking a family. Take your time, get to know them, ask all the right questions. It's a big decision to move in with someone for a year, so take your time and don't rush. Whatever you do, don't rush. It's never too late to go into Rematch. It doesn't matter if you've been with a family for 2 weeks or 10 months or something, whatever in there between. It's never too late to decide to go to Rematch. Don't let your fear of not finding a new family win and force you to do things you're not comfortable with. Happiness is a choice, and you can choose to be happy. You have the right, you have earned the right, and you deserve to be happy. So do whatever makes you happy. Wherever you go and whatever you do, be there with your whole heart. Don't be afraid. It's okay to make mistakes. Try new things. Share your experience with other people. And remember, you are never alone. Wherever you go in the world, you are never alone. There's always someone out there looking out for you. With all of that being said, that was it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Over and out!